Testing, 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 testing. Well, I'm glad to say that I am back. I don't have the sound effects today. We're gonna be running a little bit silent on the sound effects, but we will be playing and I will be talking. Um, Hi y'all. I am back. Just to kind of run down some things about basically why I was missing. Sometime I want to say about maybe a week or so ago. Um, Manny, yo, shout out to my moderator Manny. Be sure to go over to his channel, sub up, great content creator as well. How's that day going, Manny? Yo, welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. We about to get to all that. Let me just run down why I've been missing. Um, so yeah, the thing of it is, um, I got sick. Um, to be honest, really sick. I developed some sort of like virus, and basically I lost my voice. For the first time, I want to say for the first time in my life, I lost my voice, and I know how it feels to lose your voice. You kind of had this, kind of thing, and that's what I had going on for a couple of days, and then I shook that, and then basically I was really under the weather, like hacking up and sneezing and stuff like that. Just to make everybody aware, I have shut down SoundCloud. I have shut down Twitch. Um, Nothing against either one, but I feel that they are asking for what I already have from TikTok and YouTube. Just to make everybody aware, with YouTube, I have turned on the setting where there should be no delay. So what that means is, if you go over to YouTube and you're watching over there, there should be no difference between the TikTok stream, and it's basically up to you wherever you choose to watch. Um, at the same time, I feel better now. Just to report on my health journey, I have lost um, just to report on my health journey, I have lost 30 pounds. Um, kind of one of those things where you didn't know, if you just eat a little bit better, and cut down on some of the snacks, you can what do you call it? If you eat better a little bit, and cut down on some of the snacks, that you can basically have a better output. Now, I'm not one of those people that's going to sit up here. Oh, I'm not one of those people that's going to sit up here and say, oh, eat salads and drink water all the time. Because, I mean, hell, I'm the type of person that'll get soda and candy too. But at the same time, I have tried to cut down on my candy output and things like, you know, things that were making me feel a little bit more heavier. I feel healthier. I feel lighter, faster, stronger. How they say with Superman, able to leap a building in a single bound. But my voice has returned to normal. I was advised to not use it for a while. From people, that I talked to and my family and friends, they were like, "Yeah, just take a break. Don't try not to use your voice and drink tea." And I had to drink warm liquids for like a good, I don't want to say like a week or so. It is cold as ever right now. I know everybody believes we're in the summer, but over here in the West, it is a tad bit cold. Um, but yeah, I am back. I want to thank everybody for being here for me. I want to send a special shout out to all my moderators. The ones that are not here, shout out to Manny for being here. I appreciate that, and I will be getting to your comment in a second. And I will send a special shout out to everyone that has been supporting the SR51 Media Empire on YouTube and on TikTok. I know there has been a lot of tests that I have been running on different platforms and different settings. I recently brought the SR51 Media Show to YouTube. I have found a way to be able to stream without having to set up a face cam, and sometimes it's better for me because I can get to the news without actually having to worry about being camera ready. So there will be more content about that. But today we're talking football. Manny was the first one in with the comments. How do you feel about the Ravens draft? I'm gonna tell you something. You guys won in free agency. I think getting Trey Hendrickson was one of the best trades you could have did. Well, I shouldn't say trades, signings. I think it was one of the best signings you could have ever done. I think Trey Hendrickson's a beast. I think that he's going to hold down your left side or right side, whatever way y'all put him, very well. I think you got some hitters, and Derrick Henry. Lamar Jackson is the top quarterback. The draft went very well for you, and I think that, hopefully we make it to the Super Bowl. And I solely expect you guys to be competing for it this year more than what you have in previous years. I think that the Ravens are in a situation where, in my opinion, they are a top contender in the AFC. I think the Chiefs have a hard run this year to be able to get past you guys. I think the Bills have always been there, but I don't think they have the weapons like that to kind of take you guys on. I think when you have a Roquan Smith, Kyle Hamilton, Trey Hendrickson, your defensive tackle, on the defense, and then you got Big Derrick Henry, Zay Flowers, Lamar Jackson throwing the ball, good offensive line coming back and stuff. I think you're in a good position, and you know me, I wouldn't just say that to say it, So, yeah, I think you guys had a great draft, but I think you won in free agency before the draft. Speaking of my birds, I think that we are in a great position as well. I love the Jonathan Grenard trade. In my opinion, he was a guy that I felt as though you heard me talk about that I would like to have. Myself personally, I did not believe in some of the right edge rushers that we have picked up. Not to say I didn't believe in them like they weren't good or anything, but I just felt as though you don't go into a NFL season with backups. Ain't gonna lie, the Steelers wide receiver, ain't gonna lie, you stole the Steelers wide receiver from the draft. I feel like at the same time, to be honest, I'm glad that we did that. I think the time has come for A.J. Brown that, he's not going to be Eagle much longer. I think he knows that. I think we know that. Am I like kicking this guy out of town? I mean, I'm just going along with what he said that, he felt, the whole, I don't feel as like, okay, if I was to give an example, right? If Zay Flowers was to go on a Chiefs podcast and talk about how, he said, but at the same time, the Steelers could have traded up ahead of us and took him. They, felt like he was just going to fall to them, and, we did what we had to do. I like Lemon. I feel as though that him and Devontae are going to be beasts. I feel like Lemon, him, and Marquise Hollywood Brown have us held down this year. I also think the boy we got from the Packers, wide receiver, is very nice as well. So I think we're good. I did have some kind of like, let's say, reserved thoughts about A.J. Brown. I felt like, this is my guy. It was my guy for a long period of time on the team, but I feel that he would much rather be a Patriot. Going on the Julian Edelman podcast and, and basically idolizing Julian Edelman and Tom Brady. It's the equivalent of, I'm trying to think of a big name wide receiver. Like, it's kind of like if Zay Flowers went on a Patrick Mahomes podcast and was talking about how much he loves Andy Reid and how much he loves the Chiefs organization. Like, y'all would want him out of there, because it's just like, it's like going on the enemy's, because the Patriots are our enemy, regardless of what people may think. They have always been our enemy, mainly because of the fact, oh wait, I didn't put some things in the chat, 1 second. Let me get some things in the chat for you guys. The website, and then the podcast, and then the message, and then, of course, Flight to Fly. Okay, let me throw in another chat here. Oh, 1 second. Make sure we are completely caught up, as we should be. Let's see here. And yes, we are completely caught up. There's no latency from what I can see. Okay, that's good. That's good. Throw the website in there. Throw the Talk Others in there. Throw the podcast in there. And throw the Flag to Fly in there. All right. But yeah, getting back to the comments, you said I low key want him gone. I low key want him gone, but don't. I mean, I feel like in a way you have toyed with our organization too long. I think that, like Howie Roseman said, he's taking it day by day. Um, is there a place for him on this roster? Yes. I think that today or tomorrow, if AJ Brown was to say, "Hey, I don't want to be traded. I don't want to go to the Patriots. I want to be an Eagle." I think that we could always go the same way we always have been, whereas AJ, Devontae, and Lemon plays the slot. Now that puts somebody like Marquise Hollywood Brown on the bench. That puts somebody like the Packers wide receiver on the bench. And I don't think Howie put those deals out to do that. I think that those guys would be pretty upset if they were to not be on the field and not be able to develop. So at the same time, I feel as though that, the time has probably come. Um, would it have happened if he wasn't doing the things he was doing? No. I don't truly think that the Eagles would have went into this offseason saying, let's draft a wide receiver. But I do believe drafting a wide receiver was that like kind of like final signal, like okay, you're done here type thing. Um, as far as me, I walked up in here with no water as usual. Yeah, I'm gonna need to get some water eventually. Let me go see if I have water in the room. 1 second. All right, got some water just in case I need it. So yeah, I feel like at the same time you can't really like disrespect the whole entire organization like that and then turn around and be like, okay, I want to stay. I think it's one of those things where um Makai Lemon plays probably two or three, as in like two number. I think he plays over top of Hollywood Brown. If and I'm speaking as if AJ's not there. I think that he plays over top of AJ. I think Devontae Smith becomes one, Lemon becomes two, and Hollywood works out of the slot, or they rotate wherever they feel as though he's better at. Myself personally, like I said, do I want AJ Brown traded? No, I really don't. Want him traded like that. But I feel like at the same time, I don't have a say in that. I feel as though he did that himself, and he's a great player. I have no disrespect towards his talent or his ability on the field. I still think he's a top wide receiver, and I think that's why we're going to get a first for him. The first they said they're looking at is possibly 2028. Um, I can understand that because they would be giving up their first round pick in the next year's draft, and they don't know. In a way, I think the Patriots are thinking not that they would get rid of Drake May, but I think that they're thinking about some sort of player, somebody that they have in mind. And I also think there's a possibility that AJ Brown can go to another team besides the Patriots. I think that's the reason why Howie did not just automatically deal him to the Patriots because I think it's one of those like he's trying to work it out with him, but I think it's too far gone. So it is what it is. Now, as far as my roster goes, I recently traded for Max Crosby, but because um, I traded I traded AJ Brown over to the Raiders, if I'm not mistaken. Uh, yes, I traded him over to the Raiders. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send Max Crosby back and pick up Grenard, just so I can get a feel for how it's like to have Grenard on the sideline. Max was a very, very big, hard get from the Raiders. I'm going to be asking for your number one pick, these two threes, and that first. So 4 first round picks. I also think you have a defensive tackle. Okay, you have a hidden. They say that we need a DT. Let's see what we have on our team. Jalen Carter, Christian Wilkinson, Brandon Fisk. No, I don't think we need a DT. What's the right edge looking like? Josh Phillips, Jalen Phillips, Josh Sweat. One of them are going to be traded. Okay, so we're running pretty heavy. Middle linebackers looking pretty good. Will linebacker. Free safeties Reed Blankenship. Some people may be traded out to, better benefit the team. I haven't gotten to that point yet. I would say let's look at the Raiders and see what what really good talent they have that we can maybe pick up. Because I know they'll trade them for Max Crosby. I could bring AJ back, but I'm probably not going to do that. I'm just going to let him play on the Raiders, basically. Let's see, Romeo Dobbs, Jai Alexander. They don't really have a lot of people like that, and I know I didn't send a lot of people over there. They have a hidden defensive tackle, Hunter Wallace. He's a nose tackle, top 28%. He would be a nice pickup. And then they have a center, a 73 center, who I really like the look of. And then let's look through the rest of the lineups here. They have a wide receiver, Landon Vasher. He needs to work on his release. And then yeah. So I would say, how about let's do this? How about let's do 4 first round picks, and let's say 4 first round picks, and Dayron Porter at cornerback, and who's the best? You know what? Who do we have at defensive tackle? Jalen Carter, we have the ball at Adonis Richardson, who we just drafted. He's probably gonna need a couple. I think he really wants to be here, right? No, he has difference of opinion. Yeah, the first round picks would give me my man Vita. I plan on going to the Buccaneers and gripping up my man Vita Vea. Brandon Fisk, we can hold on to. I was able to pick him up from free agency. What I would say is the harder thing to find is good linemen. I think edge rushers and linemen are really in a kind of like a necessity right now. There's Hunter Wallace. He is considered a top 28 defensive tackle already. He has 89 strength, 76 speed, 75 block shedding. He wants to play for a Super Bowl chance, and he wants a warm weather state. How about Hunter Wallace, Dayron Porter, and 4 first round picks? What do you say? Okay, so it's probably because Hunter Wallace is their best defensive tackle that they just traded for, and they don't want to come up off of him, which is understandable. What do you have at wide receiver? You have A.J. Brown. You could send me back A.J. Brown. Okay, they want to hold on to A.J. Brown. That's understandable. How about, let's see here. I knew you wouldn't send me Brock Bowers, and I already have a good amount of tight ends. Line looks pretty good. How about your new center? Okay. The number 1 first round pick in this year's draft is probably what could be holding them back. So let's go for, let's see here. Let's go for, DT is easier to draft. Just get one in the next draft. That's true. That's true. What's the lineman looking like? What y'all got at the line? Ooh, y'all line gonna be a little hard this year. A little hard to deal with this year. Let's see here. What you got at free safety? Nothing. Ooh. Jeremy Chin is very good at strong safety. I could actually use him. How about, well, I have a strong safety. Let's do Dayron Porter and a second round pick. Let's see what you roll with. Okay, so it's probably that first round pick, number 1. Yeah, it's probably that first round pick, number 1. So let's see if I can, because AJ is worth picks. So let's take the first round pick, number 1 off, and then let's go with, say, a second. Okay, so it's the AJ Brown trade. So let's do this. Let's just load up on picks and see if they go along with it. I mean, let's be honest, it is Max Crosby, who is one of the best edge rushers in the game. Let's let them keep all their players, and you just give me a bunch of picks. Okay, take the 1 off. Okay, we have 2 2s up there, so let's go ahead and put another 2. So 3 first round picks and 3 seconds. Okay, take 1 second off and make it a third. Okay, take the third off and make it a 4th. Okay, take the 4th off, period, and put Dayron Porter back because I wanted to pick him up as a cornerback. I think he's gonna develop very well. His zone coverage needs work. His man coverage, his tackling, recognition, and all that, but his motivations are historic championships, franchise quarterback, and highest value offer. So I think we'll be able to train him up. Let's do Dayron Porter, 2 seconds, and that trade. Okay, how about this? Keep your seconds. Put the first back and put a 3rd and a 3rd. Okay, even less interest. Take Dayron off. Okay, take the 1 off, 1, and let's just go with, say, the first. All right, and we'll just go. Wait, oh, we messing up here. Hold on. Messing up here. Let's go just with all the first and see if they roll with that. 4 first round picks. Okay, how about also for the 4 first round picks, you're looking for a right tackle. Okay, we're cutting rosters, so let's see. I have Joe Alt. I think the line is where I wanted it to be. I'm willing to trade Connor McGovern for your new center, your young bull. I am willing to do that to see if I could pick him up. And then I would also like to pick up Dayron Porter. Okay. The number 1, I mean, you got to shoot for the number 1. Let's go ahead and put a first here. Oh, wait. Did it again. Let's go ahead and put 2 firsts from next year and your first there. And, yeah, go ahead and send me back AJ and see how we're working here. 3 first round picks, 3 first round picks, Dayron Porter, a young 21-year center, and AJ Brown. You're looking for a Mike linebacker. I recently just signed Bobby Okor, who's a mentor. Bobby really wants to be here. I'm not sure who Bobby plays for, if he still plays for the Giants. I'm not really sure. Let me double check. Bobby Okor. Yeah, he plays for the Giants. So let's go ahead and send Bobby over there. And yeah, let's instead of taking the 29 pick, let's see if we can get the first round pick in this year's draft if we send Bobby over there. Okay, so they want to keep their first, which is okay. I have no problem with that. The 228s and the 29. Let's see where we stand. Okay, and then let's see what we're looking like in picks. We have some first, but not a lot. So let's go ahead and give them a second and see what it does. Okay, we would be exchanging a second for a bunch of first. We can put a third along with this. Okay, and then we can also put a 4th and see how far we go. Okay, so Probably if we were willing to take off, say, even though I'm trying to pick up Dayron Porter, he's kind of a project. So let's take off Dayron Porter, keep the 3 first, the center and AJ, and see if we can get a second. And I take my second and third off. Okay. Put my second back on. Okay, and, or you know what? Keep your second, and let's just do 3 first-round picks, your center, and AJ Brown. Okay, now let me put my second back. Okay, we're close. Just no cigar just yet. Okay, you know what? I think it's Connor McGovern that's actually not getting the deal done. So let's take Connor off. They're looking for a left guard. I don't think I have any of those that I feel as though I want to deal. I have some edge rushers. Oh, I have Brandon Fisk. That's right, I have Braden Fisk. Let's do Braden Fisk. And with Braden Fisk, let's go ahead and put that second pick back. Or, you know what, let's go ahead and put that first back and see how far we would be out if I was to put Braden Fisk on there. Okay, yeah, so that first they definitely want to hold on to. But seeing as how you're now getting Braden Fisk, how do you feel about 3 first-round picks, AJ Brown, your center, and Dayron Porter? Okay. Take Dayron off. Okay. Put a third on there. Trading for centers, trading for rookies are always harder to do. I was looking to move just Max, but for 3 first-round picks, I think that that's a good move. What I would say, they have no interest in Fisk. So let's go to another position where we have some people that could shake some things up. Let's see here. I have Cole Kmet. Who do I have as cornerbacks? Ooh, we need some help at cornerback. Although we got Trayvon Walker. Let's do. I have Julian Blackman. And I have Aloha Gilman. Aloha Gilman is actually older than Makuba, and he's only 4 spots better. So let's see if they have interest in Julian Blackman. Okay. Not enough. Let's see here. Kenneth Gainwell, Vidal. What do you feel about Alvin Kamara? Okay, Alvin moved it, but they have more interest in Bobby. And middle linebacker. I mean, both of these guys are 30 years old. I could always go with Jahad Campbell, Nakobe Dean, and my man Barton that I picked up. Yeah, let's give them 2 middles. But if I'm gonna give you 2 middles, I'm gonna need Dayron Porter. Okay. I believe it's the center that's holding us up. And AJ would get me really whoever I want. I don't want to get rid of Caden Ellis like that. Bobby Okor, I'm willing to let go. Take off Dayron Porter. How about this? Take the 2029 pick off, and let's do 2 first-round picks in 2028, and a second and a second. So 2 firsts, 2 seconds, AJ and Davon. Okay. Close, but no cigars. Let's turn those 2 2s into 2 3s. Okay, we're close. And then we can go ahead and give them a 4th. And we can also add another player in here, somebody that's not going to end up playing like that, or somebody that maybe I'm working with. Let's see here. Oh, I have Jalen Phillips. Yeah, let's put Jalen Phillips up there. Okay, they have interest in Jalen Phillips. So this completely changes things. Hold on. Let's bring those first back, and let's see how far out we are now if I'm offering you Jaden Phillips. Okay, so number 1 is probably the issue. Okay, let's put a 2 on there. This is super insane. Thank you for the support. I greatly appreciate it. Let's see here. Let's do a second. No. Yeah, put a second on there. But if I'm going to give you a second, let's do a cornerback. Give me Dayron Porter. Okay. I would say keep Dayron Porter, 3 first-round picks, A.J. Brown, and your new center for Jalen Phillips, Max Crosby, Bobby Okorie, and a second. How you feel about Mekhi Lemon's draft? Myself personally, I feel as though Mekhi Lemon is going to be a very good wide receiver for us. I think he has the right mentality. I myself personally don't have a problem with A.J. Brown, but I do feel that he wants out in a sense. I kind of get the feel that he wants to be somewhere else, so kind of got to give him what he wants. If the player doesn't want to be here and he idolizes the Patriots, I mean, what more are you gonna do? Let's keep Jalen Phillips and send them Josh Sweat and see if because Josh Sweat's better than Jalen Phillips, and 3 firsts, and let's see if we can get, because I really want Dayron Porter, and let's see what happens. Okay, so if I was to put, say, a 4th with this, close but no cigar. If I had better picks, it would work better. See, the center that I'm trying to pick up, he is rated as a top 23 center. I don't really need him, so let's go ahead and do this. Let's remove the center and see if we can just get the 3 first-round picks, A.J. Brown and Devonta and Dayron Porter for Max Crosby. Okay, so that means they need somebody from me. So let's do Braden Fisk. Okay, Braden brings us closer. And then let's do a 2nd round pick. And that brings us even closer. And then let's do a, what are you looking for? Mike? I mean, I went through hell to get Bobby Okorie. I don't really think I want to trade him. I think does he want to be here? Yeah, Bobby really wants to be here. So players that really want to be here, I kind of want to, Ellis doesn't. Okay, send them Ellis. So A.J. Brown, Dayron Porter, 3 first-round picks for Brandon Fix, Max Crosby, a 2nd, and Ellis. Take Dayron off. They really are probably attached to A.J. Brown. So let's take the 2nd off. Let them keep A.J. and go 3 first-round picks. Go with Dayron Porter and see if you can get the center now that they are attached to AJ. Put Dayron back and take a 1st off. Okay, let's see if we can get Dayron the center and potentially Dayron the center, and let's just put, say, a 2nd up there. So that'd be 3 first-round picks, the young center, Dayron Porter, and a 2nd to give them back Max Crosby, Braden Fisk, and a middle linebacker. Okay, if I was to put a 2nd from next year, I could get a 2nd, or let's put a 3rd up there first. Let's see if we can get a 3rd. Okay, so the 2nd would do it. And hold on now, we're a little bit close. I try to keep the 3rd all day. Okay, so like A sixth would get this done. Okay, gonna need to move that up a little bit to say a fifth. All right, and we were able to trade Max Crosby and do the right thing and send him back to the Raiders because I'm going after Jonathan Grenard. I was able to get Daron Porter, a very young, good cornerback, a very high-rated center to play over top of Cam Jurgens, 3 first-round picks, and a second for Max Crosby, Brandon Fix, Ellis, and a second and a fourth. Oh, crap. So, yeah, we now have draft capital to be able to deal with. We have the Raiders picks. In 28, we have 2 first-round picks. In 2029, we have 2 first-round picks. Now, I am going to initiate a trade for Jonathan Grenard, who should be right about here. And let's see what they would want. No trade packages. That's not true. What about a second in this year's draft? Okay, so we're already basically there with a second. And let's do a third. Okay, that's not going to necessarily get it done. So let's do a second, a third, and I'm going to send you, how about I send you, say, Hassan Reddick. All right, and I got Jonathan Grenard without having to use any of my first. He said, I'm tired of being a 49ers. You got to fix the screen, and why is it so staticky? On my end, the screen is running very clear. He said, I'm tired of being a 49ers fan. Why is that? Yeah, I like Grenard, and then I like Crosby too. I have no problem with Crosby, but the draft capital was so strong for Crosby that I had to work it out. And then I know they have no interest in what I'm going to do, but you always have to check in the offseason to see where a player stands. AJ was a real get for them. 2. Yeah, Crosby's a Raider for life. All right, so what I want to do is I want to see if I can pick up my man. I'm a big fan of Big Vita Vea. Trade back times that we have to get rid of D. Winters. I mean, I'm trying to understand what's going on with y'all and the Bull. What's the Bull's name there? Brandon Ayuk. Like, what went on there, bro? Like, why is it that you guys want to get rid of Ayuk? Is he like a problem? And OFC, if it's to the Cowboys, bro, I have no idea. And I wonder too, would Max Crosby be more powerful than the picks? Let me see what my roster looks like. So from the left edge, I got Jonathan Grenard, Nolan Smith, and Chase Young. And then from the right edge, I got Josh Sweat and Jalen Phillips. Now, I'm not keeping either one of these guys. So, you can't hate the Cowboys. They helped y'all get lemon. Oh, no. To be honest, I think that my new rivalry, I'm going to move it to the Commanders. I think when people say, who do you really despise? I think I'm going to go with, really, to be honest with you, I'm going to go with, somebody what's the name of them guys? I think I'm going to go with somebody like the Commanders, because the Cowboys and us have been trading so much that I don't really think I can consider them guys enemies anymore. Let's see what they would be willing to roll with. Not too far out. I think the first that I gave them, 2 first and a bunch of players that's not on the team anymore for Max Crosby. Depends. Halfway there. You could send them Wilkerson. And then maybe a second. I don't even have any seconds. Wilkerson's not that strong because I think that Max would be a very good addition to the squad. I think that what we could do is maybe send them, say, Bobby O'Core. No interest there. Jerry was cooking this weekend, not gonna lie. Jerry showed me a very you know what? JOK doesn't want to be here, right? Yeah, JOK don't want to be here anyway, so we can always send him JOK. Um, am I gonna recover first from other players to give up the fact that I gave up a first? Because I would just be giving up one first and 28, one first and 29, and I could send them. Yeah, you know what? Do it. Do it. Do it. Bring Max back. Do it before, how do you turn off the cap? So on online, you want to go to settings before the season starts, and you want to turn off the salary cap. If you don't do that, then what's going to happen is basically the player is not going to, you're not going to be able to turn it off later on. Okay, and then let's go ahead and start packaging some of these players together that you're not going to use for first round picks. Like say Alvin Kamara, Vidal, and none of the wide receivers. How about we used a lot of edge rushers to get them out of the building. Let's go with Mike Hall. I think he's going to be pretty good. The young bull. Let's go with Wilkerson. Let's see who steps forward. You never know what you get offered. Christian Benford, very good center, very good cornerback from the Bills. Very good cornerback. I would like to see if I can get a first. Nick Bolton from the Colts. From the Chiefs. Who's your QB? I got Jalen Hurts, Shadari Sanders. Who else? Hold on one second. I got Jalen Hurts, Shadari Sanders, and Kenny Pickett. I went back and got my man Pickett. Picking them off. Pickett. Nick Bolton is a very good pick at middle linebacker. Azuri Thomas is a very good cornerback. Halfback and Allen. Let's see. I would say the Nick Bolton trade is very interesting, but then Christian Benford is actually better because I already have middle linebackers. Let me see who do I have in middle linebacker real quick. Like, who's my middle linebacker? Bobby Okour, Jahad Campbell, Nakobe Dean, and Barton. So yeah, I don't need Nick Bolton. But at cornerback, I could definitely use Benford because he would be like my fourth, fifth corner. He would really be my fourth cornerback. And I think he would be a very good pick. Let's see if we can finagle some sort of pick out of that better than a seventh. How about, well, let me ask you this. Would you be willing to trade Ed Oliver and say a second? Okay. The second is not in your wheelhouse. What about a third? Okay. What if I just take the picks outright? Okay. I gave a lot of first to bring Max back, but I think Max Crosby is basically, in my opinion, one of the best, edge rushers in the game, especially when you pair him up with Nolan Smith and Jonathan Grenard. So how about we go? Who in your online franchise? I didn't put anybody into this so far. Let's do. I gave him JOK, right? Yeah, I gave him JOK. Bobby Okour is a giant, so let's go ahead and. You can only put 3 people on there. You can only put 3 people on there. I don't have anything but that first. And so Ed Oliver is a very good defensive tackle. I actually like the way he plays the game. How about you take Vidal off because he's not really moving the needle like that, and let's see what other positions you have people at that basically are not going to play or can be moved in a sense. Yeah, let's do Bobby Okour, and let's see now if we can get at least a second. No? Okay, what about straight up? Straight up, they still want to hold on to Bobby. So let's go ahead and put a Vidal back. Okay, and then let's do Benford and say a third. Okay, I'm willing to drop down to a fourth. Benford's a very good cornerback. Now you splitting hairs? You know, because I think, is Christian Wilkerson wanting to be here? No, he doesn't really want to be here like that. I'm trying to think, is there anybody else that I normally scoop up that I would like? You can turn the trade thing down some. I know, but it's funner when it's hard, you know? It's funner when it's hard to do, when you actually have to, like, work it out. I wonder if you could just, like, with Benford, what's Benford's motivations? Because I don't want him to come here. Oh, he's close to Maryland. Yeah, Philly's mad close to Maryland. Let me ask you this. Would you just trade me Benford for these two? Okay, so it was really Christian Wilkerson that was making a trade go through. What about Kenny Gainwell? Okay, so it was really Christian Wilkerson that was having a trade go through. I mean, I could put Cole Kmet in there that I just picked up from the Bears, but Cole wants to be here. So I would say let's go with. Then there's John Simpson, who I picked up to be behind him, but he don't really want to be here. So let's see if we could do. What if I put John? Oh, you're looking for a left guard. Okay, give me. How about Ed Oliver and Benford for these three? No. Okay. Ed is their best defensive tackle, so I understand where they're coming from. How about Benford? Well, you know what? Since I put the left guard up, no. Just take the trade as is. That's how I look at it. Let's just go ahead and take the trade as is. We're looking to move people and make some space, basically. So we got Vidal, Kamara, and let's do KO. What's up with you, man? Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Let's do Christian Wilkerson. No. We're going to take Christian Wilkerson out. We're going to put Bobby O'Core in his place. And we're going to see what trade comes back now. DJ Turner. A little bit less of some of the offers that I saw. DT Darius Alexander. Azori Thomas, who's a very good cornerback from the Jets. Whoa! They offered me Trayvon. Yo, I got to take that one. Unless there's like a max out super player, I gotta take Trayvon. I'm a big fan of Trayvon from the what you call it there, from the Panthers. But I can't take a 7th, bro. I'm gonna need you to up that trade a little bit from a 7th. I need 14,000 for Saquon free safety. You got me, right? Best believe when we get these Jones rolling, we're gonna get this going. How about a 2nd? Okay, so I could probably get a 3rd for him. Let's go. Okay, I'm willing to take any pick that comes along with this trade. All right, I got Trayvon, superstar free safety. Okay, and I didn't have to give up Wilkerson. It's a very good trade. Wilkinson's 31 years old, and I have a slew of defensive tackles that are really not going to play this year. I would say throw Wilkinson up there, right? And then throw Wilkinson up there. And my guy at nose tackle to back up my man Jordan Davis is Vita Vea. And I think Vita, they want a defensive tackle. I would say go with Wilkinson. I have been watching you since 2022. Thank you for the support, Seabass. Seabass. Kick his ass, Seabass. I know that one. That's the John right there. That's the boy. Kick his ass, Seabass. Yeah, that's the old school movie. What you call it there? That's the old school movie Dumb and Dumber. Head coach, highest value. Okay. So I could probably trade Ed Oliver for Wilkinson, but let's look through it's always best to check the NFL and see. Yeah. Oh, and then there's Big Dexter Lawrence. There's no way the Giants would trade him for, period, in general. They're looking for a tight end. Doesn't Njomu want to be here? Okay, and Njomu's, he's here, but then he's not here. and he's also 30. So what if I wanted to trade you for? I knew they wouldn't be trying to hear that. Cole Kmet. Yeah, not trying to hear that at all. Strong safety. I don't think I have any of those that would work out like that. How about Julian Blackman? Okay, yeah, Dexter Lawrence is way too high to be swinging at, to be honest. Also, Jalen Carter's up there. Jonathan Allen. Jonathan Allen's a very good defensive tackle from the Vikings. I'm just looking to try to get a little bit younger. Yo, it is cold. I'm about to put my robe on 1 second. I'm trying to understand why it is so cold. It's supposed to be summertime. You know, we're supposed to be in the middle of, like, to be honest, I was expecting to come home and, you know, Seabass, welcome to 51 Dynasties community. Welcome to one of the best online communities available today, where you are appreciated. Thank you for your support and welcome into the group. I hope you're enjoying the stream, man. Let's see here. I was trying to get a little bit younger while at the same time of picking up very good players. There's Mason Graham. He's 22 years old, but I think the better trade is for Jonathan Allen, mainly because Jonathan Allen's 9 years in the game. He's a power rusher, which I'm looking for. He wants to be close to home, Virginia, historic championships, and a head coach win percentage. So if I was to say want Jonathan Allen for, let's say, and I'll give you, what are you looking for? Wilkinson doesn't want to be here, and he's like 30, so we could trade him out and let Njomu get work. AJR, yo, welcome to the stream. Wilkinson, I signed through contracts. He has a scheme fit. He wants a warm weather state and head coach win percentage. So when I start winning, he would be okay with being here. He is also a nose tackle with a little bit of power rush. What would they want for Allen? Jordan Mailata, my first round number. I have a first round number 1 pick, or Devontae Smith. Okay, so you're basically willing to trade him, is the point. How about I send you? Because I'm not trying to demolish my team too much here. I have Dameron Porter. Let's go ahead and send them, say, Julian Blackman, and see how far out we would be. Okay, they have no interest in Blackman. How about Wilkerson? You know what? Bring Wilkerson up and let's compare him. He's actually lower rated than Jonathan Allen. They're the same age, but they cost a little bit in cap hit, which doesn't matter because the cap is off. 1 second. Deal with that. Okay. You know, I can always hold with Christian Wilkerson and have a better nose tackle, because as soon as I start winning, he'll develop better. How many years he got in the game? He only has 8 years in the game, nose tackle. He is a top 5 defensive tackle. Yeah, you know what? Let's hold on Wilkerson. Let's keep. Excuse me. Still getting over that cold. Excuse me. Yeah, let's hold on. Let's hold on Wilkerson. 1 second. Of course, I would catch a summer cold Let's go ahead and add some players to the trade block, and let's just see what comes back for them. So let's do this fullback. I think he's better than. He's not better than. I think he can go to the practice squad, right? Yeah. So we're gonna hold on to him. What's up, man? Go Birds. That's right, Dr. Drake. Go Birds. Fly, Eagles, fly. I got Garrett Wilson, Jameson Williams, Marvin Harrison Jr., and Darnell Mooney, and Rashad Jenkins is the wide receiver that I drafted. I have 4 tight ends. Njoku is one of my favorite tight ends I want to pick up, but I like Kyle Pitts, and they're the same. Excuse me. They're the same age and younger. So let's go ahead and add David Njoku to the trade block. The line is pretty much set. Now that we have this young bull right here, we're going to go ahead and trade or put him on the trade block, Connor McGovern. Right guard is looking pretty good. I got the backup for Lane Johnson and Joe Alt. Crosby, Gennard, Smith, and Young will be running the left and right edges this year. At defensive tackle, it's going to be Carter, Davis, Wilkins, and Njomu. Hall might be out there too. I know Ty Robinson, Richardson, and Callaway will be on the bench. Tutu is out there with Trotter. Jahad Campbell, N'Kobe Dean, and Barton. Zach Bond, Ivan Pace, and Leo Batch. Okay, so this is where if I could get, say, JOK back from the Raiders, that would be a good pickup. I don't know what they would want for him. They are looking for a left guard. Would I be willing to give up my left guard for him? Yeah, I would do that. Okay, so we are not that far apart. Let's do, how about I send you, what's up with Hall? Does Hall want to be here? Hall really wants to be here. And he also can, what's his rating? He's top 31. He's probably going to practice squad this year. So for a good linebacker, who I know linebackers are hard to find, let's do Hall. And let's do Hall, and let's do Julian Blackman. JOK is actually Charlie Ward. Thank you for the mics. Thank you for the mics. JOK is actually a very good lineman. Lineman. Let's take Blackman off, and let's do Kobe Bryant. Okay, and then I know I don't have any first round picks like that. I have a 4th. Okay. How about the highest, I ain't giving you no first. But he is tradable. So because he is tradable, how about we do, who would I be willing to let go of? I got 2 a lot of superstar wide receivers and Marvin Harrison Jr. How about Darnell Mooney? Okay. How about Darnell Mooney, and I'm going to hold on to Hall. I think he's going to be something special. But at the same time, Will OK will help me this year. And then let's do Kobe Bryant. Okay. So basically, JOK is stuck. Well, let's see if they would ask what they would ask for in the trade if they would trade him. Yeah, they have no trade packages, so basically that means that they're not looking to trade him. And then we have Zach Bond, who's the best anyway, so we can always take a step down into, say, Fosade, if I'm calling his name correctly. He plays for the Jaguars. Let's see what they would want. Happy to see you live again. I always enjoy your lives. Yeah, just to let everybody know, I lost my voice. I'm being completely honest. I'm not saying that to be funny. Like, I literally lost my voice. I couldn't. I had like a raspy kind of like, Voldemort kind of thing for a while. So, to be honest, I'm just glad that I can get him for Blackman. Hey, if I can get a, let me see. Hold on, wait. Let me check this guy out. Hold on now. What is he? He's pass. Oh, okay. He's pass coverage. Franchise quarterback, headwind percentage, and no income tax state. I mean, I have seen JOK play and drop into coverage. How about this? Put Julian Blackman and Kobe Bryant on a trade and see who steps forward. Not that many people. So it is better to take the trade that you get from, say, the Jaguars. Is he how high is he rated in the will linebacker room? Man, JOK, he's one of the best linemen out there. You know what? Let's go ahead and make this happen. What are y'all looking for? A defensive tackle is the number one thing. How about Darnell Mooney? How far will he be out? Okay, Darnell Mooney got about halfway. Got the bar about halfway. Let's go ahead and do that left guard that they wanted. Okay, and then let's go ahead and put a fourth on with it. Okay, and then we can send them somebody lightweight that we're really not using, like say Kenneth Gainwell. Okay. The reason why I did that is love what you're doing, man. Thank you for that, Dr. Drake. I greatly appreciate your support. The reason why I did what I did is because linebackers are very hard to find. I think that's going to be the next thing that the NFL notices. You know, that linebackers are like ultra hard to find nowadays. Let's see here. So we got JOK, Zach Bond, Ivan Pace. Beach is going to the practice squad. Jahad Campbell, Dean Barton, Tutu, and Jeremiah Trotter. So we could use another Sam side linebacker. Cornerbacks is Quinyon Mitchell, DeJean, Tariq Woolen, Davon Porter, and Kelly Ringo. Probably could use another cornerback. Reed Blankenship, Cody Bryant, and Julian Blackman all came. Well, I plan on putting Blankenship behind Malgren, so we could trade Bryant and Blackman for a very good cornerback. So let's see who we could pick up. Somebody young. Nah, they ain't got to be superstars or nothing like that. I know they're not trading no Sauce Gardner. He was an X Factor. They downgraded Sauce to a superstar. Wow. J.C. Horn. I don't know if they would trade. Dang, J.C. Horn's an X Factor now. I don't know if they would trade him for these guys, but it's worth a shot. No. Okay. Yeah, but J.C. Horn being an X Factor, I didn't expect them to trade him. Kamir Lassiter from the Texans. Let's see what we got. Oh, wait, hit the wrong button. Kamir Lassiter, superstar. He is looking for warm weather state franchise. He ain't gonna fit. Who is the first? Let's see. It could be. They tried to offer me Byron Murphy Jr. The Vikings. We just doing mega deals with the Vikings. Let me see. He's a star. Very good coverage. Very good playability. Byron Murphy Jr. Top 6 cornerback. Yeah, let's see if we can get Byron. Well, let's see what Byron Murphy wants first. Let's see. Where is it? Byron Murphy Jr. Well, let's just go to the Vikings. This is their best cornerback, and he wants big market. highest value offer and Super Bowl chance, so he will develop with us nicely. Let's see if we can go just straight up for, say, Bryant. See how far out he would be. And then let's put Julian Blackman along with it. Ooh, just shy. Okay, well, who steps forward with just them? A right edge. Okay. Let's see what he got. What's he look like? Star right edge, speed rusher, top 36%. His play recognition is very bad. I don't really like that trade. I would rather target somebody like, say, Benford, because I think once the season gets rolling, they may not be willing to trade him. He has really everything you want in a cornerback. He wants to be close to Maryland, which he'll be, and head coach win record. We'll fix that once I start winning. Let's see if we can trade him out for, say, Julian Blackman. Okay, and then let's put Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant along with it. Okay, so we're gonna have to add them to a trade and the trade block. So we're gonna go through the trade block with these guys because I think we made some good trades. We are definitely gonna need to pick up some more people, but there's gonna be a lot of releases. Njoku, we put him on a trade block. We need a left guard. Connor McGovern. We can trade him for a good left guard. Let me see. Who's out there that's worth talking about? I know you're not going to trade you Quentin Nelson. There's Joe Bento, trade target veteran. 85, 12 years in the game. But I don't want to really go that. Ooh, Isaac Seumalo. I could bring Isaac back to the team. Let's go. Big Isaac. They call him Big Isaac. Not the little one. How about for Julian Blackman? No interest? Okay. How about for Kobe Bryant? Okay. So Big Isaac, they like Big Isaac and, coming back to y'all. Y'all traded him. Okay, there's a rookie who is a 79. He is very good. Wow. This guy's a top 10 left guard in the NFL already. Would you be willing to trade him? Put the Goddard on the trade block and see what you get. I got Njoku. I'm putting Njoku up there. Let's see if they would trade him for, say, Julian Blackman. Yeah, he's about to be one of the best guards in the game. They're not letting this guy go. Okay. All right. So this is what we're going to do, right? We're going to go ahead and put up, we're going to go over to my squad and we're going to put everybody up to the trade block that we want to trade. Connor McGovern is also, he's on the trade block. And then there's, they're good. All the edge rushers, I'm going to reassign them shortly. These guys are going to the practice squad, so that's going to leave a 4 defensive tackle set. Maybe more if I send Hall down there. And then Beach is going to the practice squad. And then we're going to need another cornerback. So let's put Kobe Bryant on the trade block. And then let's do Julian Blackman as well. Add him to the trade block. I think sometimes the trade block gives you better trades than what you can find yourself. So let's see. Let's jump forward a week. Oh, we got to do the coach interview. I did all this in the preseason after the Super Bowl. This is set up for after the Super Bowl, frankly. Let's see here. Is there anything I am missing? Coach Carousel. I got Nick Sirianni, Emilio Ortega. We got no points. We got some good hitters, though. We got some real good hitters. When the Raiders still have AJ, right? So, let me see something. AJ Brown for, say, I traded Jameson Williams, Garrett Wilson. Garrett Wilson for AJ Brown. AJ wanting to be Eagle. I could let him be a Raider. What do you think, chat? Think it's a good one? Bring AJ back and flip him to another team? Or just keep Garrett Wilson? I think I'm going to hold on to Garrett Wilson and see what comes up next week. Gotta do a coach interview. It is so cold. It's already like 7:41.
The dawn of a new season brings the dawn of a new era for this franchise. There's a new coach in charge, tasked with guiding this team to the peak of the NFL. For someone with dreams of reaching Canton, this first day and their first interview set the stage for a career to come.
I want it to be warm. I like the winter, but I'm kind of over it. I've been cold for a while. I think it's because I'm still a little sick too. Myself. Our household is sick. Well, not everybody, but some of them. Coach, give me your offensive background. What area of the unit do you think you'll have the biggest impact? I want to say quarterback. I think Jalen Hurts is going to have an amazing year. It all starts with the quarterback, and I've been working a lot with them already. Moving more on the field, what area have you emphasized as needing to be a big focus? I want to say player development. We have to develop players, plain and simple. Great teams have great players, and it's my job to make sure we develop them. Which part of the offense will you be focused on developing the most? I want to go offensive line. I think there's a deficiency in defensive offensive linemen. I'm here to change that, and I have worked hard with them. Last question, Coach. What will separate you from other coaches in the league? Innovative play calling. He says 9:40 for me. It's 7:42 for me. Thanks, everyone. I'm really excited for this year, and go Eagles. So here's the thing, right? I feel like I'm stronger with AJ, and frankly, to be honest, as an Eagle, until he is officially traded, I want him on my squad. So let's do this. I'm looking to trade Njoku. How far out would we be? Okay, so it's not Njoku. Is Garrett Wilson really want to be here type thing? Yeah, Garrett wants to be here. What about Jameson Williams? I picked him up in practice. Jameson Williams wants to be here as well. Marvin Harrison, got some good people. You're looking for a DT. Nobody's going to equal up to this guy, Wilkinson. Yeah, nobody's going to equal up to this guy. You would have to swing super high to bring him back. Yeah, give him Garrett Wilson. I know Garrett Wilson's nice and all that, but like I said, I'd rather keep AJ in the building until we can't. Once I get the word from Howie, what's the deal there, then we'll go ahead and move on from him. But until then, that man wearing midnight green, and I gotta respect that. How about I'm not sending you Njoku. Connor McGovern. There you go. Connor McGovern, Garrett Wilson, and you ain't getting none of my picks. Connor McGovern, Garrett Wilson, and Mike Hall. Little lightweight. You gave me Davon Porter. I wanted to pick him up, but you got him back. I think there's going to be some good cornerbacks to get released. Ooh, little lightweight. Oh, you know what? Keep Davon Porter and give him Julian Blackman. No interest in Blackman. Oh, they want a free safety. Kobe Bryant. Okay, so like a pick would put this over the top. Don't got that many picks, bro. Let's do Tank Bigsby. Tank is my bull. I want to hold on to Tank. Let's do Garrett Wilson and Njoku. Garrett Wilson, Njoku, and Connor McGovern. Ooh, little, what do you call it? A little stuck to him, huh? Realized he's a good player, huh? You could do Christian Wilkerson. Christian Wilkerson doesn't want to be here. And let's do Connor McGovern as well. When will you stream next? Hopefully tomorrow. To be honest, if everything goes as planned. All right, we got Big AJ back in the building. Big AJ is back in the building. Okay. What's your happiness like, AJ? So we got Devontae Smith, AJ Brown, Jamison Williams, Marvin Harrison Jr., and the recently drafted Rashad Jenkins. AJ Brown he wants a warm weather state, head coach win percentage, and Super Bowl chance. So I got to start winning to make him happy, which is normal. But yeah, I think that's a good starter set right there. Yeah, let's jump forward next week and see what is available. Okay, we won the game. We got some points. And we got a new play sheet. Okay. We got some trade offers. One new injury. Who got hurt? Zach Bond has a dislocated ankle and will be out 5 to 9 weeks. I am so glad that I brought back JOK in time. Julian Blackman has some offers. Let's see who it's for. Jay Nolan. Okay. Wandell Robinson. All right. Rashid Rice from the Chiefs. Okay. Sometimes trades that they offer are not really available later. What about Njoku? What are they offering for Njoku? Pollard, Jack Sawyer, Panay Ford, defensive tackle from the Rams. Oh, Azori Thomas. Now that's a very good pickup right there. They keep offering me Wandell Robinson, Noah Williams. I think Azori Thomas was downgraded. I remember seeing him as a superstar. To be honest, last time I checked, wasn't he like a superstar? I remember seeing him as dang, the Jets got 3 first-round picks next year. Yeah, Azori was one of the best. They downgraded him. He wants a franchise quarterback. He wants to close to Florida, and he wants a warm weather state. He is a top 29 cornerback. He's the type of dude where you could develop him to be better. So I feel like that would be a good trade, but I feel like I can get better for Njoku. So let's hold on to that trade. Let's see from free agency, was anybody released that makes any sense to bring on to the team? A Kale Withers. Oh yeah, let's check the cornerbacks and see what the cornerback room look like. Ugo Amadi. Okay, normal. Witherspoon, normal. Let's go to the top 100. That way, the best player out there is Nick Chubb, and then Witherspoon, Dylan. Okay, so nobody really like that was released. I would say let's go ahead and move. The cornerback room ain't really that light. You have 5, and I feel like Kelly Ringo can be developed into being something better. I mean, you have Quinyon Mitchell, Cooper DeJean, Tariq Woolen, and Jaron Porter, so you don't really need that as a position. What I think needs to happen right now is I need to move certain players to certain positions. Okay, so first out the bat, Jonathan Grenard is going to be playing right side. So we're going to switch him to right. Okay, he's going to be coming off the right edge. And then also Chase Young is also going to be coming off the right. That way Nolan and Max can just solely hold down the left. Okay, and then from defensive tackle. We have some good guys that we're holding going into practice. I think Njomu can be something good as well. He has some very good stats. He's a top 20 defensive tackle. I would love to, get into more player development with him. At a Mike linebacker, I actually need another Sam, to be honest. I would like to be running 3 Sams. Leo Chenal plays for the Commanders, but I would trade for him. It depends on what they want. They're looking for a free safety or a wide receiver. How about Kobe Bryant? No? Okay. How about Julian Blackman? Okay. A little bit of trade. How about David Njoku? Okay. How about David Njoku and Julian Blackman? Okay. How about David Njoku, Julian Blackman, and Kobe Bryant? Okay. Didn't really move the needle the way I wanted to. The main thing they're looking for is a halfback. I don't have a lot of those I can offer you. Wide receiver wise, Jameson Williams, Marvin Harrison. Jameson wants to be here, right? He wants a mentor, but he's cool with the halfback, with Jalen Hurts and the historic championships. So I don't think it's smart to move him. I don't have any hangovers from certain positions where I could move people. There's Hall. I can send you Hall. Okay. And then what if I put, say, a 2-6? Okay, so if I was to take Hall out, okay, so we're still pretty good there. It's mainly a better player. Oh, put Kobe Bryant on it. You know what? I'm not even gonna go after Leo like that anyway because he's a what do you call it? He's a commander now, so there's no point picking him up. Jack Bond is injured. Devin Bush got an upgrade, right? He's a star now. Will side linebacker. He's not really a hitter. Strong side linebacker needs to be like a hitter. I got Tutu. And then there's Damian Fellows and Fletcher. And then there's the boy Rodriguez. This is who I lost out in practice for. He's a top 14 strong side linebacker. Scheme fit, big market, close to home, Oklahoma. Is there any superstars or future starters that are very high that can be developed? Tutu's a future starter. I already had him. And then there's Rodriguez. He's only 27 years old. Okay. Let's take a shot at the guy that I couldn't get in free agency. Let's go with the weaker one of the two and Kobe Bryant. Okay. And then let's go with Julian Blackman. Okay. So Sam side linebackers are very hard to pick up. Damian Fellows. Damian's already a top 9 linebacker. I doubt that they would want to trade him. It's worth a shot, but I doubt it. And then, like I said, it's also stronger. So we're going to go another week. We're going to see what do we have for Julian Blackman offers. I'm really looking to get a linebacker. And nobody's offering linebackers. Everybody's offering like wide receivers. David Njoku. A left edge rusher is cool, but I'm not really looking to get edge rush happy. Azuri Thomas. I'm going to hold off on that Azuri Thomas trade because I feel like I can get better as the weeks go. So let's go ahead and upgrade some players. Patrick Ricard is getting better. Let's put this on blocking. Make him a better blocker. Kelly Ringo is already developing better. Which one does he need help with? Man or zone? He needs coverage for man coverage. So let's put that on man coverage. That's what I'm talking about, Kelly. Kelly. 2 Air Fran. How you doing, man? Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Ryan Stonehouse is getting better. Put this on power. I just want to punt. I don't want to punt people away, to be honest. Rashard Jenkins, my wide receiver, put it on deep threat. All right, he's already getting better. DL, thank you for the mics. Thank you for the mics. Does he want to be here? Ooh, I drafted him, and I'm pretty sure I drafted him. Yeah, I drafted him, or I picked him up or something. Kenny Pickett, Big Kenny. Put it on field general, just in case we need Kenny to step in. He is not a scrambler. He is here to deliver the ball downfield. Okay. We are going to move forward another week and see what we get offered then. Okay. Do not fumble the ball. We did, but I don't know if we won the game. Got some good stats and no new unlocks. Okay. We lost 24-11. Ooh, the Raiders took us. Oh no, the Browns took us. Okay, we got more trade offers. This time for Bryant. Okay. Romeo Aduzie? Trade. Not even thinking about it. Definitely would take Rome. Definitely would take Rome at the wide receiver position. Definitely. Okay, what are they looking at for Blackman? After they had another week to understand that I ain't giving them up for peanuts. Come on, no linebackers? All cornerbacks. Hold on to him. Njoku, let's see what we got for Njoku. Let me go check Azori Thomas before they take away that trade. Because at cornerback, I think we might need him. But we got Porter, but Kelly Ringo done already got better than him. But let's check the Jets, because I remember him being a superstar before the season started, and then he got downgraded as time went on. So let's do Azori Thomas. He is a top 29 cornerback, so he's number 114. David Njoku is still, if I'm not mistaken, David Njoku should be pretty high as a tight end. He's only been in the league he's about to be in the league 10 years. He's a top 8 tight end. I would hold him another week into the final week of cuts and see what you get then. Let's get some upgrades in here. Tank Bigsby, my man Tank Bigsby. Let's go with elusive. Put down elusive. DL, thank you for the mics. Thank you for the mics. Okay, Ivan Pace is getting better. Hold on 1 second. All right, I'm back, and it is still cold. Okay, Ivan Pace is a will side linebacker. He doesn't have that good of zone coverage, so I think what I'm gonna do is he's a 13th weak side linebacker. He has very good play recognition. I don't want to switch him um, to Sam. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna strengthen his run stopper because that's just who he is. You know, I think players that are who they are need to just basically stay who they are. Basically, hold on 1 second. Sorry, as I said, we're all in here. The summer cold hasn't got all of us. Send reinforcements. DL, thank you for the mics. Thank you for the mics. I greatly appreciate it. And I want to send a special shout out to everybody in the comment section. Thank you for being here. I greatly appreciate you. And I'm not just saying that. Wayne DeVoe. Bill, I'm going to call him Bill DeVoe. Wayne Bill DeVoe. We're going to put this on pass protector. Are you going to be starting this year, young man? I don't know. It's a trench battle. He might. Adonis Richardson, my defensive tackle. Let's put this on speed rusher. Got him up to 70. Okay. That's the young boy I drafted this year. He's a rookie. I gotta look into him to see can I see what he's gonna be? He is gonna be a star. Okay. So that's good to know he's not gonna be at least a normal player. And then Jeremiah Trotter, my man, Big Trot. Now Trot's coming from the strong side linebacker. He has very good zone coverage as well as very good, let me see, his tackle is very good, his hip power is very good. So I think he could go either way. At the strong side linebacker, I would rather strengthen the run over there with him and kind of just train him both ways. So let's see. Okay. And then David Njoku and Julian Blackman. I think I saw those trades already. Let's make sure. Oh, wait, hold on. Let's make sure there's no new added players. Nope. I don't see anybody new. Let's check the trade block and see who's out there. Make sure we're not missing. Oh, Justin Fields is out there. But they, the thing about it is when you try to trade for people like that, they always want to run you through the ringer. Nah, I'm good. They're gonna want like a whole investment for him. I'm trying to get better at Sam side linebacker, bro. That's right. They don't trade linebackers. Linebackers do not get traded like that. Malik Hooker, Kyle Duggar. I don't need them guys. D tackles, Dante Stills, edges, Keon White, Xavier Collins. I mean, I'm already loaded up. What about left guard? They passed it to me. So what we're going to do is we're going to kick it another week. And then what we're going to do is, well, first off, let's see if we can work out that Leo Chenal trade. Leo, now that, because he's like very high on their team, right? Not super high. He did leave the Chiefs and he got paid by the Commanders. It wasn't like he wanted to be a Commander. How about, who did I offer you for him? How about Blackman and Njoku? How far off would we be? Okay, so Blackman and Njoku could get it done. I'm willing to go ahead and just give you. Oh, I gave him up already. How about for another strong side linebacker that I know? Who's this guy? Preston Smith. Let's do Preston Smith. Preston Smith and a fifth. All right, how about Preston Smith a fifth and a sixth? How about fifth, sixth, and sixth? Okay, that's turned down. Okay, so fifth, sixth, and okay, take Preston Smith off. How far will we be? Okay, so just a little bit more, and we should be able to make it work. And this would be a great trade for the team. If I trade Mike Hall, I can put the newly drafted, because Adonis is a rookie, and his motivation and tags are pretty good. Do Mike Hall. Okay, and then put, say, another pick on there and see if we can get it done. Just shy. Okay, let's take Mike Hall off and do, let's see here. So we're doing Njoku and Blackman, and let's do, say, do Mike Hall and see how far we'll be out. I think I tried Mike Hall and they actually didn't want to go along with it. Just shy. See you later. Hopefully the rest of the stream goes well. Thank you for that, DL. I greatly appreciate that. We got a solid wide receiver room so far. Line is looking good. Let's see, what would you want for Leo Chenal? If I took all these players off, what would you want? Nobody? Okay, so the trade is there. You just have to find that, like, one player that helps him. You know, that one player that helps him, like, see, because you're, like, right there. You just need that other, like, because he's technically considered the best Sam side linebacker in the business. Dayron Porter is good. I got him from the Raiders, but the problem is, in my opinion, he's gonna develop well. What's his play recognition at? It's just off from 70, so I think it's better to hold on to him. And then the linebackers I have are just dogs. You know. Let's do. What's up with Wyatt Taylor? Does Wyatt want to be here? White's working pretty well, but we do have Titman, and Titman is better than him, and he's younger than him. So let's see if we can trade them for him. No real interest there. What if I was to put Patrick Ricard on there? No. Okay. They're looking for a defensive tackle, halfback, free safety, cornerback. I would be willing to trade Daron Porter to pick up the best strong side linebacker, because linebackers are harder to find than cornerbacks. Okay. All right. So we'll wait till the final. Wait, where are we at? Okay. Yeah, we need to skip a week and see what happens next. There's going to be a lot of There's going to be a lot of trade one of those tight ends. I know, why everybody hate the tight ends? I tried to trade David Njoku, but I'm trying to wait till the last week of cut week. See, I only got to cut 7 players, but I'm pretty sure a lot of other teams had to cut a lot of other people. So let's see who's in free agency. Chupa Hubbard is a very good halfback. Definitely would pick him up to have a third halfback. Elijah Molden? No, I'm good there. Oh, you know what? He might be a good trade to get, what's his name? Yeah, you know what? Let's go ahead and pick up, Darnell Mooney got released? They released Darnell Mooney after I traded him. Pick him back up. Alvin Kamara got released, and then once you get past them, that's whatever. Okay, so let's pick these guys up and see if I can use them as a trade for, or one or two of them as a trade for, and then Blake Crum as well, because you can get some picks out of some of these players. Maybe get a second or something for this year's draft. Okay, so now back to this Leo Chenal trade. Oh wait, let's see what the offers are now that we're in the last week. Okay, no real lineman that I wanted. And then Njoku. Cornerbacks, mainly cornerbacks. Downgraded cornerbacks at that. Okay, so let's go to the Chiefs. And let's do Leo Chenal. Hold on, we have some ESPN news. Hold on now, what's this saying? Oh, okay, they're talking about basketball. All right. So they're looking for a tight end. See, now their number one thing is a tight end. So let's do David Njoku. Okay, we're halfway there. Let's kick the trade over how we normally did. David Njoku and Blackman. All right, we have a little bit more stuff. And let's do Blake. And let's see how far we are. Okay, so maybe a 5th and a 6th. How about a 5th? Okay, and let's do a 6th from next year. All right, and we just got the best strong side linebacker in the business. All right, that trade really worked out for us. Okay, so we have to cut 9 people. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some people on the trade. Oh, I know what I got to do. I got to build a practice squad, number 1. Hopefully they didn't build one. Thank God. I hate when they do that. Okay, so we have Chupa Hubbard and Tank Bigsby and Saquon Barkley. Fullback, he's going to go to the practice squad. Jenkins, let me see what Jenkins is. Deep threat is coming together very well. He's developing very well, very nicely. But he is a normal, and he's going to develop at a normal rate. He doesn't really know how to run the routes. And at the same time, he kind of has a bad attitude. So we're going to go ahead and move him to the practice squad. And then we have 6 wide receivers who are dogs. 3 tight ends. Left tackle, we need to sign a left guard. Left edge, okay, he goes down to the practice squad. That's our rookie. He needs time to develop. So we're going to go ahead and move him to the practice squad to protect him. And then right edge, Preston Smith. He's going to go ahead and be traded. I don't even understand how he ended up on the team. And then all of these guys are going to be sent. Well, let me move him down to the practice squad. And then move Richardson down. Well, Richardson already top 44. What's his motivation in Jags? He's halfway there, but we got some hitters, so we can go ahead and move him to the practice squad. Ty Robinson. Ty's actually very glad to be here. Oh crap! 1 second. Like chips. Ty is actually very happy to be here. What about Mike Hall? How does Mike feel? Big Mike. Okay, Big Mike happy with being here. So we're going to send Ty Robinson down to the practice squad because Mike Hall is actually better at the position. Sam side is going to be Chanel, Tutu, and Trotter. Mike is going to be Campbell, Dean, and Barton. Will is going to be Zach Bond, JOK, and Pace. Beach is going to go down. Beach is going to go down to the practice squad. And then at cornerback, we only have 5, and they're already trending up, which is good. And then there's this Molden guy. We're going to try to trade him for a good cornerback. And yeah, how many? And then we got to also pick up a long snapper, excuse me, instead of line snapper. So let's go to free agency, see if there's any long snappers out there. Wait, hold on. Terry Tart. Okay, he's a normal. Not looking to go down that route just yet. Let's go to long snapper. Alright, you know what? I kind of figured that might happen. Let's go to the NFL, and because my long snapper retired. So let's see what most long snappers are, guys. Luke Rhodes. Let's just go with Luke Rhodes. We'll trade them a 7th. Okay. How about 2 7s? Sevens are not really something I'm looking at. So 3 7s. Okay, and we got the long snapper, which makes us better. And then we have to cut 3 players. We need another cornerback. So let's see, is there any trade offers? I'm pretty sure I traded away Blackman. Didn't I trade them away for Chanel and all that? Yeah, I traded them away. Okay, wide receiver is running 6 deep. So we just need 2 more players. We need a left guard. So how about we look at some of the positions where we're running heavy, which would be, Molden. Trade him away. And then let's see if there's any other positions where we're carrying anybody that I'm not going to play this year. Definitely want a left guard. If nothing pops up, then I'll just take a young rookie. Oh, Preston Smith, get him out of here. And then at the same time, we will do, just him. Okay. So, any offers? Okay. Let's see what left guards are out there that would be very good pickups. Travis Smith, Landon Dickerson. There was Jonas Simpson. I traded him to the Raiders. I don't know if they would want to trade him back. Oh no. How about Molden and Preston Smith? Oh, okay. I actually liked him because he's a top 8 left guard. So I'm going to go ahead and see if I could put a 6 with it to maybe make it work. Okay, and then I'm gonna put a 7th with it. All right, and I filled the position and got the left guard back, which is good because we needed the left guard. Still got to cut 2 people, but the line has been reassembled. Running 2 and 2 on the line. All linebackers need to be 3 deep. Free safeties need to be having backups at free safety and strong safety. So the 2 I would say should be, you're not going to use 6 wide receivers. What's up with Darnell Mooney? Does he want to be here? He likes the big market, close to Alabama. He would like to be in a warm weather state, but he's pretty good. I'm surprised they let him go. I would say let's go ahead and trade away Pickett. And let's also trade away, because we can always pick up a quarterback right before the playoffs if we need to. Like sign like a, like one of them veteran cornerbacks you sign for, like at the last minute type thing. Mike Hall, I think I'm going to go ahead and move him to the practice squad just so he is protected because he's a nose tackle power rusher. I think let's go ahead and move him to the practice squad just to protect him, and then let's go ahead and trade away Pickett. There's no real offers. Let's go to teams that we know could use a quarterback, like say the Colts. And let's just see if we can get a pick. 3rd. Okay, so we can probably get a 4th for Pickett. Alright, and Pickett now plays for the Colts. And we are below the trade window. I mean, we are below the cut window, so we can kick the season over. Jameson Williams is getting better. He's a playmaker over a deep threat. Yeah, I mean, if he's a playmaker, how much of a playmaker over a deep threat is he? Yeah, he's a playmaker over a deep threat. So just do playmaker, take him up to 86, which makes him even better. Reed Blankenship, of course, Reed is getting better and better. Put this on zone, taking him to 80. Okay, so we have the roster set. We have an overall of 88, 89 overall offense, 88 defense. Trade offers we can go ahead and decline because of the fact that we don't have the players anymore. And yeah, we can see who got cut in the offseason. Coach Central, let's go ahead and put some points on my coach. Abilities wise, what's this? 5 finesse for all defensive linemen. Ooh. Offensive lineman training increased. I'd rather get that. I'd rather help the O-line develop. And then for play sheets, I would say I don't have enough to get anything this week, so let's go ahead and jump to next week. Sometimes you see a boost when you start the season, and then with Zach Vaughn being hurt 5 to 9 weeks, that can mean that like by the time the season started, he's okay. But even if he's not, we have some people that can play his position until then. Practice squad player sign. I thought I had practice squad stealing off. What the heck? What the heck? Oh, I didn't turn that off. It's okay. So who'd they steal? Did they steal my lineman, the defensive tackle that I drafted? They probably did. No, I still got my defensive tackle. They stole Mike Hall and somebody else. Okay. So that happens when you don't check the settings. Let's see who is available in free agency, if anybody was released. Oh, we got a nice defensive tackle, Christian Barmo. Star speed rusher. Wow. Wow, look at this guy. Top 10. Welcome to the team, young boy. That's what I was saying. After you get out that cut window, it'd be different. I lost Mike Hall, but I got him. It says I got to cut one player. Yeah, I lost Mike Hall, but I got a very good one in Barmo. I don't really know anywhere where I could slim down at a person. Oh, what's up with Zach Bond? How much more is he hurt? 3 to 5 more weeks? Okay. I would say I'm running too light on the cornerback. I mean on the quarterback. I could go 2 halfbacks and let. What's up with Hubbard? Does Hubbard want to be here? Oh, Hubbard can be traded. He's kind of middle of the road with us. Trade away. See what we get offered. Let's do business with the Cardinals. They did a pretty good job of trading with me this year. I wouldn't mind, say, a second for Hubbard. Okay. I'll take a third. He was 2/3. How about 2/3? Okay. How about 2/3 and I give you a 4th? Alright, that'll work for me. I'd rather have the defensive tackle and just go with Saquon and Bigsby. Okay. Draft class strength should be a strong. Okay, let me set that up. Okay. And the draft class is going to be keep auto-generated rookies. We're not going to get into that right now. And then, yeah. So we're good. We're about to get this first game rolling. Okay, so let's get the depth chart together. Okay, Shadari and the boys, Saquon and Bigsby. And then Ricard in at fullback. Wide receiver is still going to go the way it would normally go. We're going to do AJ and then Marvin Harrison, Jameson Williams. Actually, Jameson Williams over Marvin Harrison. And then Romeo Duzier. And then Darnell Mooney. So we're good at wide receiver. Dallas Goedert, Kyle Pitts, and Cole Kmet. Hakeem and Jordan Mailata. Who's my left guard? Simpson and Dickerson. Okay, the young boy, he looked like he's getting up there, but you know, Cam Jurgens still doing a daggone thing, so he's a future starter. But then Cam is a bridge player. So let's see, his pass block isn't as good as his, and his run block. Okay, so Cam can run and pass block. Right tackle's good. Left edge. Okay, this is where things got a little tricky. Gonna bring Max Crosby. No, Max should not be starting on the right. It should be just put in Nolan until we can move it. So let's do Max Crosby off the left with Nolan behind him, and then give me Njoman off the left, and then right edge give me Jonathan Bernard with Chase Young behind him, and then give me Jeremiah Trotter off the right edge. Defensive tackle is going to be Are we down somebody? I'm trying to understand. So we're gonna do. Oh, they got Jordan Davis and Jomu and Barmo. I think we're down one. Oh, and Jomu. There it is. We're gonna put in Jomu ahead of Barmo. Well, Barmo's a star, so we're gonna see. But in Jomu's faster. He has way more speed. Sam linebacker is gonna be Leo Chenal and Tutu. So Leo will start, then Tutu and Trotter. Mike is gonna be I'm gonna start Jahad Campbell with Nakobe Dean. If I can move them. Okay. Okay, hold on. We have an issue. It's not registering. Okay, so let's do Jahad Campbell for Nakobe Dean. And let's do Nakobe Dean for Barton. Okay, cool. Will side linebacker until Zach Maud comes back is going to be JOK, Pace, and then give me Jeremiah Trotter over there to help with his training. Quinyon Mitchell, Cooper DeJean, Daron Porter. Well, actually, Tariq Woolen's going to be 3. Daron Porter. Well, Kelly Ringo. Well, Porter has better play recognition. Free safety is going to be Reed Blankenship, but then we have Trayvon behind him. He has better play recognition, but he does not have better man coverage, so we're going to have him behind Reed. Free safety is going to be Aloha Gilman with Makuba behind him. Kicker is going to be Jake Elliott. Punter is going to be Ryan Stonehouse. Long snapper is going to be Rhodes. Kick returner is going to be give it to Tank Bigsby, as well as I'm trying to think of somebody that could use the reps. Give it to Tank Bigsby and Daron Porter. Let's just do Tank Bigsby over Daron Porter, and then kickoff starter is going to be Jake Elliott. Third down running back is going to be all the boys. And then power halfback is all the boys. Slot wide receiver. Now out of the slot, I feel as though I want to bring somebody like, say, Marvin Harrison Jr. because I feel like he can play it a little bit, like he can go up for the ball and get hit. Also think it needs to be Rome Aduzier. And then I think somebody like, somebody like Jameson Williams would be nice as well. Rush left edge is going to be Max Crosby with Nolan Smith behind him. And then give me Jeremiah Trotter off the left. Right edge is going to be Jonathan Bernard with Chase Young behind him. And then give me Tutu off the side. Russ defensive tackle is also going to be Njomu, Jordan Davis, and Jalen Carter. Nose tackle is going to be Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter, and Njomu. Actually, it should be more, we need speed from Njomu now. Hold on 1 second, Joe. You said these updated rosters. So what happened was I ran the roster past Leroy Senior. What I did was I went to after the Super Bowl and I picked up from there. So whoever was traded after the Super Bowl, as far as I went, I don't normally download rosters. Slot cornerback is going to be Cooper DeJean with Trayvon, and then give me, I think Kelly Ringo's ready to go there at that position. Practice squad is looking pretty nice. It could be better on the practice squad. Let's go to free agency and see some of the practice squad. Who's this guy? Top 100 is Jesus, all halfbacks. Justin Simmons got released. Wow. Necessarily don't need him at the position. A lot of some good people got released. But I'm looking for practice squad eligible. Okay, so a halfback, and then there's Jonah Ellis. We're gonna sign him. Let me see what he got. Oh, pretty good guy. Sign him to the practice squad. Let's build him up. Then there's Josiah Newton. Okay. Oh yeah. Definitely. He just needs a little play recognition. Elijah Jonas. Okay, very good as well. Oh, I gotta sign him to the active. I think I'm gonna go. Let's slide over to our team and release some of the players that, because sometimes some of the players we have may not actually be. Okay, these are all the guys we needed. I mean, they're in like their 60s. They're rookies, so we don't really know what they're gonna be. I think we got a good left edge rusher, a good wide receiver, good defensive tackle, good cornerback, good defensive tackle, good left edge. Hold on, wait. I don't remember actually signing this guy. Bo Ritter. Yo, his play recognition is way too low to be on this team. Madden B5 for updated rosters with rookies, and they update the pictures too. People do the pictures too. Wow, I'm impressed. I would rather pick up that cornerback. I would do practice squad eligible, and I would come down to Elijah Jones, who is just, I mean, he has a really poor play recognition, but he has everything else you want, like man coverage, zone coverage. You just probably got to spend a year or two teaching him the trade. But and then there's Elijah Chapman, who his play recognition is low as well. That's why a lot of them are in the practice squad. Every halfback got released. They was like, yeah, we're done with these guys. Hold on, let me turn this off. All right, so we have the roster built. We have an 88 overall offense, 89 defense, 88 defense. 89 offense, 88 defense. Let's make sure the depth chart. Yeah, that was practice squad players that we signed. So I think we're good. Yeah, we went all the way up to kick returner, right? Oh, see, they changed it again. Oh no, I didn't. I changed that. Yeah, so yeah, I think we're good. Could use another couple edge rushers, but we'll see what pops up during the year. You know, there's always a trade block. Oh, that's one thing I want to check before we kick it off. What does the edge rusher positions look like? Jadeveon Clowney. Nah, I'm good. I think he's a little too older. Josiah Stewart. Okay. Kevin White, Landon Jackson. I mean, if they could go to the practice squad, I could see giving up players for them. Oh, they can. That's not a bad player right there to go to the practice squad. What would you want for him? Picks, huh? Would I give up a third for this guy? Let me see. Landon Jackson. Top 30 defensive tackle. I mean, right edge. Block shedding is good. Strength is good. Yeah, I'd give you a third for him. But the question is, will you take a third for him? No? Okay, what about this one? Okay, so they accepted that third. which is good. So now we got another edge rusher on the practice squad that's, about to go to the practice squad. And then I'm looking for mainly edge rushers. There's Josiah Stewart. Let's check and make sure there's nobody else. Ashton Giletto. Elbow. Play recognition's at 69. Let's see what we would have for, because I kind of want to go look at Josiah Stewart. Okay, Josiah Stewart's more well put together. He is rated as top 28 already. Yeah, I'd give you a 3 for him, because I think he's better than a 3. So then there's Jack Sawyer. Let me see what Jack got. Hold on. Jack's lower rated. So Josiah Stewart's a 74 star, and Giletto's a 73. Okay, so I thought that was Jalen Phillips, like the Jalen Phillips that I traded. Yeah, let's do a 3, and then we'll clear a space on the practice squad for them if they take the trade. Okay, so they didn't take the trade, which is understandable. Josiah Stewart's very good. So we're going to move over to Giletto, because we can always train Giletto if they trade him. Nope. Okay, so then we would have to move further down the trade window and see if there's any stars. Okay, there's Jack Sawyer. Jack has very good play recognition. Block shedding is good. He is only 24 years old. Yeah, and he's a power rusher from the Steelers. So yeah, I would definitely trade Jack for a 3rd. They're looking to get paid out with Jack, so we're going to move on from him. I think that may be the only edge rusher that you can. Is Kenyon White from the Steelers. His play recognition is very bad. Giletto, and then there's Princely Uma. Oh yeah, his play recognition is pretty bad, but by the time you maybe put like some time into the practice squad or something, I think he would be pretty good. You know what? To get the guy that I want, which is Josiah Stewart, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and grab, because the cap's off, so I'm going to go ahead and grab, say, I don't know, Benson, and keep my 3rd. And I'm going to go over to Josiah, and I know if they're either going to take Josiah, or they're going to take, they're either going to take the guy I just picked up, or they're going to take a 3rd. Okay, so yeah, they want to get paid out, so we'll just do a 3rd. All right, and we got Josiah. Now what we have to do is we have to clear 2 spots on the practice squad for both of these guys, because I think they've earned it. So what we're going to do is identify people that are just basically too far gone. Callaway is normal. His play recognition is very, very bad. We're going to go ahead and release him, even though we traded him. He just is not going to work out. And then linebackers are different. Then there's Darren Bowers. Darren cannot run a deep route, and we run a very deep route room. His speed is pretty average, and he does not want to be here, so we're going to go ahead and release him. And then there's the 2 positions. Okay, on the roster, we're going to go to left edge, and Josiah we're going to send down to the practice squad. It's only his 1st year. We have him locked up for a good while. And then Jackson is only his 1st year. We're going to go ahead and move him down to the practice squad. Okay, and now the practice squad should look way better than before. All right, filled it out with basically some 70s and a little bit of 60s. Okay, so now, hold on. I just need to make sure trading for those left and right edges didn't mess with the left and right edge room. Okay. All right, everything's still set. Okay, now I'm going to take a small vape break, and when I come back, we will kick the first game of this stream off. Thank you for being patient. I will be right back, not too long. I am back. He said vape break, LOL. Yeah, I'm not one that does that on stream, and I'm not advertising in any way. You know, be an adult with the things you do. But I'm back, and let's get this one kicked off. We got sound effects as well. So let's go with, to get him started off. Do I still have it? Oh, I don't think I have it anymore. There we go. What's your alternate classics? Oh, them Oilers. Yo, if you gonna bust out the Oilers, I say we start the year off in the alternate classics. Right away, the alternate classics. My alternate, your alternate. Let's do multiple defense, and let's go run balanced. All right, let's get it. Let's go and get. It's still a little cold. Hold on now.
This is the NFL on EA Sports, and we join you from South Coast.
Why is it so low?
70,000 strong.
Is my audio again?
Lincoln Financial Field, the home of the Eagles.
Oh.
Straight ahead, we've got a sweet
Bro, let's go. Come on.
Tennessee Titans.
Eagles.
Philadelphia Eagles.
Lead them out.
On the Texans side, head coach Brian Callahan is being fired up and ready for this one. On the other side, it is the head coach of the Eagles. His team looking for a spark, hoping their fans will give it to them here at home as we are.
All right, let's do it, boys.
set to go.
Kick him off, Jake.
Mike Tirico and Greg Olsen.
Hold on 1 second. Yeah? Hold on 1 second. Sorry, someone was at my door. Okay. Let's do this.
It is for real. Season
It's for real now.
begins
Let's
here.
go.
We go.
Get on him, get on him, get on him. Hit the hell out of this dude. Let's go. That's right. All right, Ward. All right, Ward.
Taking the field for the first time.
Come on, y'all. Give me cover 3. I'm going to come at him with my man JC.
Playing in the NFL, it didn't matter if I was a rookie or going into my 14th season. I think every player goes into that game.
Let's get after it. Wow. That's right. That's what I'm talking about, Grenard. Man, that's a back monster defense. Talking about Grenard. Give me cover 3.
In this one here today, but the team that settles down the fastest and just gets back to playing ball.
Hold on 1 second. All right, cool.
You're gonna have a big advantage coming away from a big win.
Where you think you're going? So I'm talking about Jordan. Hunt him down.
Well, they've got him going backwards.
Let's go cover 4 palms.
Trend. We've seen it now the last 2 plays. They have to be able to generate some leverage at the point of attack. Count on positive yardage in the run.
That's right, Jordan. Double time, monster defense, a super monster defense right there. Oh.
He's into the sack column early in the season. A sack on this opening drive.
Come on, his
Best
first sack
thing
this
they did
season.
here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that edge.
Come on, way to get it back to us.
He becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
Going with it, Tank. Ah! Good run, Tank. Good run. All right, Big Jalen. Tell him again. Let's go with halfback dive. We got AJ on the runaway. Going with it. No huddle, no huddle, no huddle, no huddle. PA boot comeback.
On the field, new coaches, new teams, rookies playing their first time. Man, it's just an exciting time of year. And
oh, I thought I could get it to him.
This one batted away. Good coverage there. It's incomplete.
Hit me with the pad, Texas.
The intended target. And third down coming up. From the shotgun, it's Hurts.
Great catch, AJ.
That's caught by Brown.
AJ Brown. Going with it, Hurts.
Coming up now for first and 10. Now Barkley. Nice job.
Great run, Barkley.
Away and get forward for a pickup for halftime.
We net lead dive.
Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming.
Barkley's tired.
Now it's Hurts.
That's right, Dallas. Tell him what's in for. That's right, Dallas.
Jake Elliott now for the extra point.
All right, we on the board.
Is good. And the Eagles have their first lead of the 2 years. They're up 7-0 here in the season.
Hit him low, hit him high, one time.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. This is going to be taken in at the 3. He'll get this past
Good tackling, gentlemen. Good tackling.
shy of the 25-yard line. The Titans offense going to take over now for the second time. They were forced to punt the first time through.
Give me cover 3 drop.
Touchdown, so down 7-0 as they get the ball.
Bring the heat.
For first and 10. Off the bootleg, it's Ward. This one,
Good defense, Quignon.
it's incomplete.
3 double buzz.
Second and 10. Shotgun snap for Ward. Pass complete. He's
That's a good catch. That's a good catch.
And they're going to mark him down up past the 35.
Give me cover 6.
So from the 36, it is first and 10. First and 10 at the 36-yard line. Up the middle, here comes.
That was my fault. I gave him the middle.
Take this up past the 40, up to the 5. It's a pickup of 6. Second and 4.
Give me cover 2 invert.
42-yard line. From the 42-yard line, here's second down and 4. Now Ward manages
That's right, Carter.
no thanks there.
Monster set. Sim pressure 3.
That defensive tackle just races up the field trying to sack the quarterback, and then you just hand the ball off to your back on a draw. In this case, the
Jordan Davis again. Let's go, Boston defense.
Davis, what a way to kick off the new year. 2 sacks in the first half of the opener.
And these are the type of splash plays that can have an impact, especially as the game goes on. So offensive line has to do a better job.
I'm doing it for myself. Real 200 real quick.
At this this isn't a sign of things to come.
This one fielded out beyond the 25. The Eagles offense ready to take over for their second possession. They lead 7-0.
Let's go Z spot.
Touchdown on the opening drive, so try to double up here. As they begin this drive, 1st and 10. Now Hurts.
Oh, doesn't catch that with his left.
Incomplete. He was looking for his tight end Dallas Goedert that time. And that will lead to a 2nd down.
Quarterback's trying
PA
to give
curl.
his big tight end a chance to go up and use that large catch radius. Unable to connect. Little letdown here for the tight end community, Mike.
Great catch, Pitts.
And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down.
There's no more efficient play in the NFL, Mike, than the
Off from the
play
trap,
action
gun
pass game.
flex.
You can see here why. You make the defense have to honor both the run and the pass, and he's able to pick up a nice gain to his tight end.
And this is going to be an Eagles 1st down.
Good run, Saquon. Let's get a no huddle.
To the 40-yard line.
4 verts before we go to the half.
Quickly here and put the pressure on the defense. On the run to the right. He'll tuck it and take off. And a big gain out of bounds as time runs down. An exclamation
Good catch.
point to end this 1st quarter. Eagles in possession to start the 2nd quarter as they've got it with 1st and 10.
PA comeback. Looking at you, Marvin.
On play action, Hurts. You fire one deep.
Oh, I know you had that one, Marvin.
I can tell you from first-hand experience, Mike, that is a lonely and long jog back to the huddle. I mean, you're an inch away from being the hero.
Give me
with a
halfback
deep
kinda
touchdown.
strong.
Instead, you let it go through your fingertips, and you got to come back to the huddle and try again.
On play action, here's Hurts. Over the middle.
I'm talking about Kyle.
And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
Slants.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short game.
Go with it, AJ.
This one complete to Brown.
Uh-huh.
And he's in.
Tell him what's in for, AJ.
I think these guys are ready for week 1 to get started. I mean, we see teams kind of work their way into the regular season, and they don't find their form until a couple weeks in. But they didn't play a ton in the preseason, but that's 2 drives, 2 touchdowns, and you start to say, what the heck does the preseason even mean?
On is Elliott to add the extra point. The kick is good. And the Eagles move out on top, 14-0. So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. On the return, it's Jim DK. And he'll be brought down past 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Titans offense ready to take over possession of the football. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0. The score,
Let me cover 2 invert.
offense tries to regroup and get going with 1st and 10. They send Ridley in motion. They fake the jet sweep and will hand it up the middle.
It's a good one.
Until he gets to the 45-yard line.
It's a good one.
Start any drive like that. 18 on
Cover
the
3
first
Sky.
one. And a 1st down.
A gain of 18 on the play. First down,
Play
Tennessee.
fake. Now Ward to throw. That one down the field.
The tackle.
Was the intended receiver. And it'll bring up second down. Here's a run with their tight end.
Nice job by the
Stop.
making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't
Corner blitz story.
first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
Throwing on third down. Ward has his man. It's Samuel.
Good cover, cool.
For him on this new season. And it results in a first down.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
Good hit, Coop.
As a route runner, once you
Sam Mike, strong safety Mike Blitz.
the key is find open space and stay in it. Did a nice job here because that was not a big hole.
Get down. That's what I'm talking about, JC. Monster defense. All right, y'all. It's the end of the sound effects.
Third, they need 8. In motion, Okonkwo.
Oh, it's almost an interception.
Incomplete. Following the play, we have an eagle.
Oh, JC is down.
Self-looked at, but this is not how you want to begin a new campaign.
So this is going to be the final stream of This is going to be the final game of the stream. You know, we're going to cut it off in the night. The rest of my night.
Set to take over once more. Their lead is at 14-0 here.
Okay, JC has elbow brucettes. He's hurt a little bit. We can go ahead and remove him.
This second quarter, looking
He'll
to
come
run
back.
away with this one before halftime. The drive begins at the 20. Here's first and 10. Hurts. Open man is Marvin Harrison Jr. And he's going to be taken down, but there is a flag on the field. You wonder if that was a push-off.
Dang, AJ got us pass interference.
Is Hurts. On the move left. Trying to get away, but he will not. They finally run him down.
Here, power up.
Offense in hurry-up mode, pushing the pace.
The 10-yard line.
A fake to give. Now it's Hurts. Open man downfield. He's got his tight end.
Great catch, Dallas.
That's good for 27 and a first down.
Halfback stretch.
First and 10 now from the 36.
10 at the 36-yard line.
Here's a handoff to Barkley. And he'll work his way past 40. He's tackled after a
Here,
beat.
slide corner.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Off the play fake. Hurts. That one down the field, but it is incomplete. Third and 5.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
A shotgun snap now to Hurts.
Oh, big Dallas, you had that in your hands. You got to come down with that.
Gonna be fourth down. On fourth down, they'll turn to Ryan Stonehouse here to punt. Back deep for Tennessee, Jim DK. That's taken at about the... Now on a hit, he lost the football.
We'll take that.
Special teams has come up with the recovery.
Tell him what's in for. Cooper put the hit of life on him.
Score. Here comes Elliott to kick this one away. Timray DK now to return it. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line.
He's going to cover 3, buzz maybe.
They get set to see what they can do. They'll try to get this a bit more respectable before the break. It has not been their half to this point. Let's see what they do on this one. First down now. The Titans will use the first of their timeouts.
Cover 2 in there.
Together prior to this second down play. They'll run once more, and it's Howard again. And he'll get about 4 out of that one. That should be enough to move the change. It is. First down. Out of the gun, Ward. This one brought in by Heilman. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
That's another
On first and 10, Ward. Pressure gets there.
Right.
Down he goes.
Come for a drop.
What to do now is they come up on second and long.
It's second down.
19, Tiger, 19. From the gun, here's Ward.
Ooh, Coop almost came down with that one.
Field will fall.
Cover 3, buzz maybe.
Third and long. Throwing, Ward. There's Okonkwo open left side. So the Eagles use their first time out here as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Matthew Hayball now. And he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He'll return it from the 11. And he'll get a few yards on this return. Up past the 15-yard mark. Here comes the Philly offense now as they make their way back onto the field. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with first and 10. Now Hurts. Rolling to the left. Nice gain on first down, but the penalty flags come in. The question now,
I was dancing behind the line. That's my fault.
operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Over the middle, it's Harrison. This offense moving quickly.
Smash.
The throw on second down is Hurts. Firing right side, brought in by Brown. First brought down, that pass is going to pick up 4. Bring up third down. Here's a timeout for Philadelphia. That is their second as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining.
Keep Jameson
in this
Williams
first
run.
half. They need to get it to the 27. This is third down. Play action. Here's Hurts. Oh, in trouble. Down he goes. Now here's a timeout. They're going to take it with 8 seconds remaining until the break.
Put him away,
Here comes the
Ryan.
Eagles punt team, as he'll have to hit it from his own end zone.
That's why I brought him in here.
And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this
Put him at their own
first half of
42. Good
play.
punt. Dun, 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 dun.
All right, Mike, thanks very much.
2 more
I
quarters.
feel like we should say Happy New Year, everyone. Week 1 of the 2026 NFL season. We're back for year 2 at EA Sports, so let's get into it. Our journey through the NFL starts now. And it begins at Arrowhead. The Chiefs at home to take on the Raiders in the AFC West. And it's the Raiders quarterback. A touchdown pass from 15 yards away. The Raiders come away with the victory on the road in the season opener. Got another one to get to right now. How about Gang Green? The Jets, they're playing host to the Miami Dolphins. And here's Jalen Waddle.
Off of 3 wide receivers.
He was a tough man to pin down all game long. This, one of his 2 touchdown catches. The Dolphins had to work for it, but they win it by a field goal. Lastly, let's go down to the Big Easy. The New Orleans Saints hosting the Pittsburgh Steelers. And this is Jalen Warren. He's going to deliver in the red zone to the end zone, 12-yard touchdown run. Time for a look here at the rest of the games going on and what's to come here in Week 1 of the new NFL season. Meanwhile, our game has not been all that competitive, a one-sided affair through 2 quarters. As we send you back out to the broadcast team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Middle.
Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. From the 6, here comes a return. And it will
Good run, J-Ron.
all the way close to the 40-yard line.
Let's go corner double in.
Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. The throw is Hurts. Moving to his right. Off he goes. And he's going to be out of bounds just beyond midfield.
Flank driver.
Great job of knowing when to go. He gets 17 yards on that run and a first down.
At the 46-yard line.
Hurts to the air on first down. That one pulled in by Glass. He's going to be taken down at about the 30. They'll look to pick up
Shallow cross.
That's another Eagles first down.
on first down. It's Hurts.
Oh, Smitty.
But it goes as an incompletion. Looked like he had that one in his grasp, but unable to hold on, and it will be second down. Without the gun, they give it to Barkley. He'll burrow his way forward for a couple. Tavondre Sweat
He seemed big.
on the tag. On third down, it's Hurts. Oh, he's got
I'm talking about AJ. Let me hold on to it.
So they move inside 20, 1st and 10 at the 18.
Eagles first down. 1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Hurts. That's to the end zone, but just too far out in front. That one's incomplete.
They let a golden opportunity slip away on that one. That's the matchup that they
Tight
wanted.
end corners.
They just couldn't quite capitalize on it.
I'm talking about Pitts. Tell him it's his fault.
Greg, nothing changed at halftime. They come right out to start this third quarter and pick up where they left off.
Well, I think this defensive coordinator is going to think back to his halftime speech, Mike, because whatever adjustments he thought they made, it obviously didn't resonate. What we saw happen in the first half, they picked right back up here to start the third quarter, and at this point, the offense has hit its stride, and they continue to pull away.
Elliott on now for the PAT. He's got it. And the Eagles are able to extend the advantage to 28.
I know we can score quickly too. I'm in the franchise against CPU.
Elliott to kick this one away. On a return, here's DK. He's across the 20, taking down just shy of the 25. Titans offense getting ready for this.
Cover 6.
Greg, this is going to take a lot of self-reflection here. You build up so much for the season opener. To struggle like this has got to be a tough feeling.
Good defensive sack, Bernard. Monster defense. Monster defense.
Just simply more of the same. And you're just not going to have a lot of success, Mike, when you're constantly starting drives with second and long, third and long. It's just not a good way to play offense in the NFL, and here we go again.
Cover for opponents. That's what I'm talking about, Bernard. Monster defense. Edge street blitz.
NFL games when you continue to give up sacks at the rate that they are. I mean, this is just a complete disaster for this offensive line, and if they don't get it fixed, this game could be a run. And another wasted drive here, Mike, and they start to add up. And coming out of halftime, you would think that they would make some adjustments to try to get some points on the scoreboard, but so far, looks like much of the same.
The Titans sending out their punch. As this drive quickly stalled out, he's on to punch it away. He took a pretty good lift at the end of that one. The Eagles offense ready to get back at it. And Greg, they have had their way right from the start in this season opener. You get that sometimes.
Smash.
You don't know what week one's going to bring, but this is going to be awfully satisfying.
Oh, there's no question. It gives such value to all the work that you did all offseason, and all the way back to OTAs in the spring, and then through the dog days of training camp. Everyone wants to start the season strong. You're 0-0. Everyone in the league has Super Bowl aspirations. Every fan base thinks it's their year. And then to come out and to deliver, especially on the offensive side of the ball, it's really the ideal way to set up the rest of your season and try to stay on track.
He's going to be taken down at about the 30 yards.
That's good for an Eagles first down. First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
On the handoff, this is Barkley. And pick up 3 or maybe 4. Tavondre Sweat. There on the tackle.
A gain of 4. It's now
Once again, it's Barkley. He's to the 10. And he'll get
So Barkley started off and tell him what it's in for.
touchdown, Philadelphia.
That's a heck of a run right there, and I can't tell you, Mike, how many running backs coaches I've heard over the years say, your responsibility with the ball is to make the first guy miss. We can't block everybody on the field. That's the role of a good running back, and you see it here. All it takes is one missed tackle to get this guy in space, and he's able to do the rest with his legs and take it all away.
Here's Elliott for the extra point. It's up and good. And the Eagles stretch out this lead even more. It is now 35-0.
Jake Elliott kicking off for Philadelphia.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. On the return, here's DK. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over.
Cover 4 quarters.
For this next possession, they're in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. He's across midfield. A great connection there. They're going to bring it down inside the 35-yard line.
Cover 1 linebacker blitz.
On 1st down, it's Ward. In trouble, and down he goes. Looks like we have an injured Titan on that play. They've
Cover
got
2
themselves
inward.
looked at, but this is not how you want to begin a new campaign.
Here we go. Here we go.
Shotgun snap for Wolf. He's got his man downfield. It's Debo. And he's going to be out of bounds, but they are in the red zone, inside the 20.
First down.
Ready?
First and 10 at
Can't
the
be lying.
17-yard line.
Now, first down throw for Wolf. Down inside the 10. Running there in the red zone. He did not want to go
Free
down.
fire.
He picks up the first down. It'll be first and goal.
Titans. First down.
They'll run here. It's Pollard. And nothing developed there. He'll get back to the 5, and that's all.
Cover 3 Sky.
Now here's second and goal.
At the 5-yard line.
Here we go. Check. Ready?
Again, they try Pollard.
Good stop. Good stop.
Down to the 3-yard line. Third and goal.
Let's go now. Cougar 19.
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Hammer 0 blast.
They'll go once more from the 3. Third and goal.
Ready?
To throw is Ward.
Something talking about. Something talking about.
Anytime this offense has gotten any
Monster defense with Jordan.
it's been this just immediately shut it down, and this has been a clinic tape on how you rush the passer, and I promise you, they want to finish this thing out here with a shutout.
Chad Ryland on now for the field goal. This about as short as you can get. Ryland's kick is good.
Somebody hurt on that kick.
And cut into the lead.
Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in first and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. The Eagles offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. And this has been the start of the season you hope for. Help serve it home, have the lead here in the 4th quarter. Now it's all about leading down that clock.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, but we just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
Down the sideline.
All right, Saquon, go and get you another one, Saquon. Tell him what it's hitting for.
His second touchdown now here in the season opener. This has got to feel good, Greg. You open at home and a great performance with one more touchdown added on top.
Not many better ways, Mike, than to create some excitement amongst your fan base than to have a great home opener. Every team works all off-season. They stress it during training camp. Let's get off to a great start, and then all of a sudden you're able to do it in front of your home crowd. And this has been a really
Kickoff middle.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. This is fielded inside the 5. He'll get this up past the 20. That's where they'll set up shop. The Titans offense get those helmets
Cover
back
6.
on, ready to head out for their next possession. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10.
Here we go. Here we go.
Take the handoff. Now Ward. Left side, taken in by Ironman. And he's going to be taken
Cover
down
3
to
Sky.
37.
Gain of 15 yards.
Ready?
That's good for a Titans.
Viking 8.
First down.
From the gun, they'll give it. It's Pollard. Not much there. Maybe a yard.
So I think as you look back over the course of
Will
this
Buck
game,
press
there's really
3.
been the inability This offense has to find a way going forward to generate more big plays and more balance, both run and pass. Recognizing the blitz is just
Don
the
Blitz
first step
3.
in the process for a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. Once there's receiver who the defender they're hot off of, that guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
And he'll be taken down.
Good catch. She had a safety over the top.
And now it's first and goal. No, he's not going to get in. In fact,
Good tackle. Good tackle.
looks like we have an injured Titan on that play. He'll get himself looked at, but this is not how you want to begin a new campaign. Back up to the 3. It's second and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he won't quite get in. Down to the 1.
Free fire.
Setting up third and goal.
A gain of 1 yard on the play. It's now 3rd and goal.
They'll try and run. Here's
Hey, Jordan? Big Jordan?
not get in. The defense stands their ground, pushes him back, and they force fourth down.
Just feels like this has been the story of the day for this offense, just unable to get anything going on the ground. And a big
Yep,
reason they
kept
find
scoring so
themselves
far.
trailing and another loss of yards.
No reason not to go for it at this point. They will on fourth and goal. They snap it to Ward.
Good defense.
Complete. They don't go for the field goal.
Championship level their
For the
defense.
touchdown. They get nothing out of it on fourth and goal. Saquon Barkley and this Eagle offense set to take over again. And a few kneel downs to
Inside
do it
zone.
here. Defensively, they do still have those 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And he will have the first down. Even with 3 timeouts on the other side, they're going to be able to run this baby all the way down.
Ooh, that's my fault.
Trying to fit in the slant, and it was intercepted.
That's my fault.
Picked off by the rookie from Washington.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Out of the gun, they give it to Pollard. He'll be taken down, but just like that, they are in
10 for 2.
It's first and goal.
That's good for a touchdown.
Design run with Ward. Only a yard there. Tackle made at the 5. Here comes second and goal.
Cover 3 Sky.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and
Now Pollard. And he is going the wrong way. Tackle back at the 7. Good job so far by the defense protecting the short field. Now it's third and goal.
We'll take that.
That'll be picked up by the Eagles. Inside the 40.
Thomas info. And that's a wrap, folks. That's a wrap. And I know they feeling that.
Emotional damage. You hand the defense 6 points.
And Mike, how often do we see that when a player loses the ball, his confidence is not far behind? And I think in this case, that's where the coaching comes in. Put your arm around it. Hey, we're giving you the ball in this next possession.
See, we kept them scoring, gentlemen. 48-3.
The game after that back-breaking turnover that led to the defensive touchdown.
So it's a win here for the Eagles. They move to 1-0, getting the victory to begin the new campaign. And that'll do it for my partner Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Eagles are winners, as we say, so long from South Philly.
So long. I'm sorry. All right, that was an amazing game. That was super fun to get back at it. Let's see what happened. We got our pass up to 30. Got a mutt back that I don't need. Profile picture. Sure tackler. Okay. Alright. This is what I'm going to choose to stop for today. I want to thank everybody for being here. I had an amazing time with you. If all goes well, I'll be live around the same time tomorrow. And I'm going to be playing some Madden. So stop on past. There's also going to be some switch ups as well, but probably not tomorrow just yet. So go on and have a good rest of your night. Stay blessed, stay safe. Spend time with family, spend time with friends. If you don't have those, spend time with yourself. Be sure to see after your mental, physical, and spiritual health. It is important. And have a good rest of your night. Peace. See you in the next one.